Blog Talk Radio.
You guys, it's Thirsty Thursdays. We got our first guest for today. How you doing? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
All right. For people who don't know you, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Sarantos. I'm a solo music artist. Started releasing my first song January of this year, and my first CD is out in November of this year. And what I'm doing is I'm just releasing one song every month as well as one music video every month and just trying to stay in constant touch with the fans. So I appreciate you having me on your show.
No problem. What is your latest song you have out?
The one that came out this month is called Why. It's a little bit of a hip-hop rap kind of song. And basically it's about love, someone who kind of wonders why their significant other cares for them and loves them. That's the basic message to that song.
Okay. And where you calling from tonight?
Chicago area.
Okay. You born and raised there, or?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago. Been here my whole life.
Okay. What made you want to be an artist? Or what got you started?
You know, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I think when I was very young, my parents always encouraged listening to music, and even though they didn't play any musical instruments, we just always listened to music, and I just fell in love with it. My first love was lyrics, so I've been writing lyrics since I was in the 4th grade, and it's just kind of kept evolving to the point that I felt like I had to pursue this.
Do you do music? Do you produce music too, or you just do the lyrics and, that's it?
So I don't technically produce it. I mean, I create it on Logic, which is a program on Apple, and then I hire, I guess, very talented musicians to play the guitar track that I've put together or the drums, and, then basically end up mixing the whole song. Currently, I'm a solo music artist. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay, so do you how often do you perform, like with a live band, or would you rather do that as being a live solo artist, or do you rather put it on computer and make your music that way? Which one do you feel more comfortable with?
Well, in terms of making the song, I guess making it on the computer and then putting it together is a lot of fun, and it's a great challenge, but there's nothing like performing live. Finally did perform live with my new band at the Toronto Music Festival in May, so I'm kind of hoping to continue to evolve the band and get it together and then perform live as my fan base grows.
Okay, so you do have a band and you're a solo artist.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And so have you toured with any good names, or have you been touring, or you haven't been touring out of your state?
No, not yet. So I'm definitely open to performing pretty much anywhere in the world, but as my fan base continues to grow, as my social media continues to grow, hopefully I have more opportunity to perform in various venues.
Is there any place that you would want to go? That you like South by Southwest, or go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Any big city would be great, but even internationally, I'm trying to think, there was a contest for Rock Revival, which is like a House of Blues on Facebook. It ended about a week ago, and I won the fan vote in the United States, but they have like a panel of judges that are going to determine ultimately who wins to perform at the House of Blues. So hopefully that ends up happening, but that'd be a great venue, especially in Chicago.
Oh, it's based in Chicago.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's House of Blues in a couple different big cities, but the one in Chicago is a great venue, I've heard, and I definitely would love to perform there.
Okay, I do. I see something here. Do you have a song called "Nothing to Hide"?
Yeah. Yeah, Nothing to Hide was the second one that came out in February, and the charity for that one is the American Lung Association's. That's definitely one of my more popular ones.
Okay. Well, you want to let our listeners listen to it and bring it in?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Introduce your song.
Sure. This next song is called Nothing to Hide. I hope you enjoy it. It's a soft rock song about a guy who has absolutely nothing to hide. And the video has a great little twist at the end if you get a chance to watch it for free on YouTube.
All right. Check it out. Sarantos with Nothing to Hide.
I'm turning 30 tomorrow. And all these dreams I dream of every night. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm still the same old me.
All right. That was Sarantos with Nothing to Hide. Sarantos, that was a good song, man.
Thanks. Just to clarify for your listeners, that was actually not where I want to be. That was the first song that came out. And that's kind of a slow, somber song about a guy who's turning 30 the next day and wonders where he's at in his life. So, just to clarify for your listeners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Okay. I think, okay. We do have like 3 songs that you got over here. I think we might have put the same thing on 2 of them. But, yeah, so tell me, you said it was about a guy who was turning 30?
Yeah, so Not Where I Want to Be is basically, a guy who's turning 30 the next day, and he's kind of, you get to that transition point where you're no longer in your 20s and you're starting to get into your 30s, so he's wondering if he could still achieve his dreams that he's dreamed of all the time, and he's just kind of wondering, when you're in your 20s, you think you can do almost anything. You can still make it in the NFL, you can still do anything, but then when you hit 30, all of a sudden you start realizing time isn't still on your side. So that's kind of the...
That's where you got it from, huh?
Yeah.
How often do you record? You said you release a song every month and a video, or just a song? Okay.
So basically my intention is the CD is always going to be coming out in November, and just throughout the year, 11 songs will come out, and I'm just going to basically keep doing this till the day I die. And I try to record usually at least once a week. I'm always experimenting, trying different things, and it's kind of what I'm doing.
And do you have? Are you an independent, or are you on a label, or how's that going?
Yeah, I'm currently unsigned, so I'm independent, indie, and doing it on my own. I can't tell what's going to happen in the future, but I know it'd have to be an ideal situation to sign with anybody, including a label, just because with what I'm trying to do for charity, I'm donating a third of all the profits for any song, video, anything I do to charity, and there's a different charity for each song. So it's going to be kind of tough to sign with a label when obviously they take a nice big cut of it. But I'm not averse to it if the situation's right.
Well, tell us about that, because most artists, they probably want to keep the money for themselves. So, tell me why do you want to, give money to the charity every time you do it to record a song?
I think the original thought came in my head. My dad passed away from lung cancer about 3 years ago. After going through all that and watching him, he had a long, hard battle with it. I just kind of decided the time was right for me to do this. And I decided, I'm really not doing it for the money. I just want to release my music to the world. And I decided, hey, you know what? I think I can affect a lot of people, and hopefully I think there's a lot of great charities out there. And I decided in my mind, because I read all the lyrics, I think there's a double meaning to each song and a different way it could be interpreted. So the one that your audience just heard, Not Where I Want to Be, I think the double meaning to that is cancer. Cancer is not where anybody wants to be. And when I kind of thought about the charity, I thought the American Cancer Society would be a great fit for that song. So I decided that was the charity for the first song. And that's kind of what I've done with each song. I can't tell you why I'm doing it other than I really want to do it. And to me, again, I think money is a monetary thing, and I think how much money do you really need? And, if my music makes it, I mean, there's just no reason that I wouldn't continue to do this and do the charity thing, because hopefully I can make a difference in the world.
Man, I applaud you for that, because, a lot of people wouldn't, think to do something so, unselfish, just give back to the people like that. And I'm sure our listeners are, applauding you as well for doing that. I know it's tough probably coming up with each after you do each song, like what charity it should go to, or that thing.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It's kind of fun because I have fans recommending charities, and everywhere I go, I go to the gym, and you're exposed to different charities and different causes, and if you just listen to the news, you're always. So I kind of think, I want to try not to just do the same 11 charities every year. I think there's enough charities out there that have a good reputation, and hopefully eventually, my intention also would be to hopefully start my own charity dedicated to my father and just be able to give the money directly to whoever needs it. Because I know some people they frown upon some of the charities that, have high administrative costs and the CEO is making so much money, and I get that, but I'm not in a position now to start my own charity, and hopefully one day I will be. There really doesn't have to be any administrative costs. I think you really don't need a huge organization to big payroll and spend a lot of money on marketing. Hopefully if I get the word out there, just mean more money directly to whoever needs it, whether it's a poor family or someone in need or whatever.
And when you were when you wrote Nothing to Hide, what was that song about?
The basic premise to it, which the video kind of points out, is the significant other of this person accuses him of cheating on her, and she's kind of wondering, what he's doing. Is he cheating on me? And basically, at the end of the song, his real passion and the thing she's been worried about is not anyone else; it's his music. Every time she comes home and he's packing stuff up and kind of looked like he was hiding something, it really was his music that he's really in love with and he's trying to put out there. So that was the basic meaning to that song. And the charity for it, the American Lung Association, I myself still have asthma, but I haven't taken my inhaler in quite a while. I think with inhalers, people with asthma kind of are paranoid to take your inhaler in public. And, you're kind of shy. I mean, I would run to the bathroom and take it just so people, it's just a stigma. People think you're sick or you need your inhaler. And I think nobody with an inhaler or asthma should have to hide it. I don't think they should have anything to hide. And that was kind of why I picked that charity.
Well, you want to introduce your song real quick? We'll play it for our listeners.
Absolutely. Are you playing Nothing to Hide?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have back and forth and Nothing to Hide in front of me.
Okay. Yeah, Nothing to Hide. Basically, this is a great soft rock song about a guy who's got nothing to hide, and it's just all about the music. So I hope you enjoy it.
Sarantos with Nothing to Hide. All right, that was Sarantos with Nothing to Hide. That was a great song, Sarantos. And I wanted to ask you, where is that your last name or something, or is that just names you came up with, or where did Sarantos come from?
Yeah, it's basically my stage name, and it's actually my name in Greek. I'm actually of Greek American descent, so I just thought it'd be a cool, cool stage name. I'm not really revealing my real name to the public right now, but hopefully, if I continue to do well and take off, obviously I'll reveal everything to the world. I think once people know what I do for a living, I think it'll make a lot more sense why I'm doing the charity thing. But I'm trying to keep that separate right now because obviously I still have a day job.
I hear that. So I'm reading about a musical. Let me see. Musical. It's a musical mission. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. When I sat down and tried to think a little bit about, what do I want to stand for and what do I want people to think about when they think of me, I thought of 3 goals. Whenever someone listens to my music, it's very simple. I want them to sing, I want them to dance, and I want them to hit the replay button over and over again. So I thought it'd be just a cool mission of mine for every song, whenever I put it together and I listen to it in my head, and as the lyrics and the music come together and I build it, I always try to keep that in mind. I think we all have the experience, we'll hear some new song and we'll be like, wow, that's terrible, or, I don't really like that. But when you got the labels and you got some of the marketing power, if you hear it over and over, eventually it kind of grows on you. And I'm not saying that my music is going to appeal to everybody, but I think in this first CD, I definitely tried to experiment, and I think my genre is mostly soft rock or pop, but I definitely tried to reach out, and this first CD has a jazz song, it has the rap song, Why, that just came out. So I tried to do a little bit of everything, and even in my singing style, I think a lot of people, when you listen to them, you're like, okay, that's Maroon 5, or that's whatever the band is, but I don't want people to get bored of me after a year, because, I really do want to do this forever, and I try to vary my singing style. I try to vary the effects on my voice. I try to vary the music. I don't want people to think, wow, there's another rock song, and that's, Sarantos. I want them to feel like, I don't want them to get bored of me.
Right.
I think it's dangerous if you do that too much and you're kind of all over the place, but I think the fans are going to realize by the second CD next year, that soft rock pop sound, that'll kind of be mostly my sound. And again, I'll keep experimenting, but I think it's fun.
Let me ask you, being a songwriter, has anybody ever come to you like, hey, can you write my artist this type of song, or that type of song? Because I see you wrote over 2,000 songs as well, or you have in your arsenal 2,000 songs written.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm open to anything. I mean, I'm open to collaborating with any of the any indie artists, any famous artists. And I really can imagine writing lyrics for almost anybody. I write lyrics. I mean, I can write like 3-4 songs a day. Sometimes I try not to write for at least a couple of days. But I definitely would have no problem with that. And I think that's definitely my strength, to be honest with you.
And what else I was going to ask you? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Okay, it's the first song every first Tuesday, right? Video every second Tuesday. A funny video third Tuesday, and a whiteboard video fourth Tuesday. So tell me how that is. How that's going for you?
I think it's going well. What I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to not do the conventional system, which is a band releases a CD every 3 years. They blast it, and then they drop off the face of the earth, and you don't really hear about them. So what I've tried to do is I'm trying to interact with the fans every week. And again, it's not for everybody. I try to post on my social media once or twice a day, and I definitely feel like releasing something every week is going to appeal to them. I do have a little surprise of something different I'm going to start doing in about maybe 1 to 2 months, which I don't want to reveal yet, but they can definitely, if they keep in touch with me on Facebook or Twitter, they'll definitely find out about that. It's definitely going to be something no one has ever done in the music industry. And I think as things continue to evolve, again, I'm open to ideas. The fans have suggested some great things, but I just want to always stay in touch with them. And I think the one thing they're going to realize with me is it's not fake. So I think a lot of people they have to get in the moment and they go out on stage. I am who I am. And when I write my music, when I perform on stage, and I try to be, I know most people will do 3 songs, talk a little bit, do it. Me, I talk between every song. And again, it's not going to appeal to everybody, but I'll make some jokes, I'll be interactive. I love interacting with the fans. I don't look at that as a chore. I think, and even on Facebook, if people send me a message, I respond myself. It's not a marketing company. Same thing on YouTube. People put comments on my videos. You're getting me. You're not getting a marketing agency trying to tell you what you think they want you to say. I mean, if I say, thanks so much, Johnny, that's coming from me. And yeah, if you get a little, I think a couple of days ago, I'm not sure where, I get picked up in different places, but all of a sudden, one of the songs I'd Give Anything had a couple hundred SoundCloud comments. So yeah, it's tough to respond to all of them, and how many different things can you write back? But I try to, again, I think it's important to respond directly to the fans and to be yourself. So I try to be real.
Hey, can't. That's the best way to do it. To be real.
Yeah.
And I bet you our fans can appreciate that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even when I get ready for like an interview like this, it's a great opportunity, but I don't really have to sit and prep for it. I mean, it's not like it's my music. I wrote the lyrics. I know it, and I'm myself. It's not like I have to pretend I'm a nice guy or pretend anything. I'm just myself. And I think the fans that interact with me on social media, again, I try to avoid religion or politics because those are sensitive issues, but I say what I feel. I usually put something out there in the morning about whatever's like a good news story, whether it's music related or something else. I'll give you my actual opinion on it. And then, later in the day at night when I tweet or Facebook, it's usually either a funny picture or something that I release, an interview or, a fan comment or something. So it's definitely coming from me. I hope the fans appreciate it.
So what you got? What's next for you, Sarantos? What can the listeners expect?
What I'm hoping happens is I'm hoping I continue to get traction. I continue to get a buzz going. And then what I'd love to do with all my heart is to perform at some of the bigger venues because I think that's a great way to get new fans. At the end of the day, you could put out a song that you think is great, but if no one's listening to it, it doesn't really help you. And I think the videos are another great way for people to visually see, not me. I try to make a story in every video. It's not just one of these music videos that has no point to it. Because, all of this stuff is very subjective. The music, the lyrics, the videos, you're not going to appeal to everyone. And you could think you're being very creative with the way your voice is monotonous in that section or the way that video has that little spot there, but it's just not going to appeal to everyone. So I want to continue to be creative. I want to continue to put the message out there, and I'm hoping that I get some songs that really resonate with the fans around the world and that I can do some performances that are on the larger side because the more of that stuff I do, the more money I raise for charity. And hopefully at some point I can quit my day job and do this full time and just keep raising money for charity. That's really what I want to do.
Man, it sounds really good, man. Anybody you want to give a thanks to or give a shout out to?
Shout out to my dad. I miss him, and he is probably the most humble, hardworking person I've ever met in my life, and in many ways I want to be just like him.
There you have it. We're going to take y'all out with Sarantos' Back and Forth song. You want to introduce it real quick?
Absolutely. So this next song is called Back and Forth, and it's basically a smooth R&B type song. And I think at some point people realize human nature. Human nature is sometimes indecisive. We go back and forth, and we don't really know what we want to eat for dinner. We don't know what movie we want to watch. And that's kind of what the song plays at. And I hope you enjoy it.
There you go, Sarantos with Back and Forth.
Okay, yeah, we're back. Sexy Thursdays, Real Talk with Lee. We still got Sarantos in the building. We're gonna have him. Sarantos, give the people your websites and your social media links and the best ways to contact you.
My name is Sarantos, Sarantos, and the main website is melogia.com, melogia.com, and you can search for Sarantos anywhere on Google, Yahoo comes up number one. You can hook up with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and I'd be happy to have anyone sign up for my email list, get a lot of exclusive content, and you get the inside track on my email list on all the cool stuff that's coming up that no one else knows about yet. So I definitely encourage your listeners to do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Cool in the thing. All right, well, yeah, we definitely want to thank Sarantos for being a part of the show, and you guys definitely come back tomorrow for Almost Famous Fridays. We got another great show lined up for you guys. So, we got to get to the building, go pay some bills. So definitely join us tomorrow. We're going to have another good time. So, time to go. Being real.